Alright guys, welcome back to the 39th episode of this review series where I review everything in Fortnite Save the World. For this episode, I'm going to be doing a review on the Blitzer. I'll be showing you the best perks, the best hero loadout, and some gameplay. Let's get into it. Alright, first for the perks I put on it, I put a crit build on this gun, so make sure you have 2 crit damages and 1 crit rating. That is the best way you can build a crit build weapon, so make sure you have it in this order like this. Well, yeah, just make sure you have that. And then for the element, it can only be water, so water is good against fire and physical. So other like water enemies and nature enemies, it won't be as good against those, so make sure you use this in primarily a fire situation. But anyway, this last perk is damage to stun, staggered, frozen, or knockdown targets. So that means whenever you stun or knock back an enemy, like the 6 perk says, it freezes them. So that means anytime you do that, then you'll do extra damage. But anyway, let's get into the hero loadout. Alright, now for the hero loadout I use with this. For my commander, I have Tactical Assault Sledgehammer. What he does is increases your assault crit damage. So this is a crit build. When I hit a crit, it'll do extra crit damage, meaning just tons of extra damage. And I'm not using Crackshot or Bulletstorm Jonesy because this weapon, it only has 30 magazine and not a magazine size perk. So those heroes won't really be good because they ramp up based on your magazine size. So with a small magazine, it won't do that much damage. And then for the team perk, I'm using Blast from the Past, which what it does is removes all your shield and increases your max health by a ton, so you'll be staying alive so good you will never die, basically, if you're playing right. And then for my support team, I'm using Survivalist from Survivalist Jonesy or Birthday Brigade Jonesy, and what he does is every time you get a kill, you regenerate some health back over 3 seconds, so make sure you keep getting those kills and you'll be staying alive. And then we've got Saurian Might from Rex Jonesy. What he does is based on your health, you will do extra damage. So the higher your health, the higher your damage, the higher your damage, the higher your health with Survivalist. So it's just a never-ending cycle, so make sure you keep killing. Then we got Saurian Hide from Prehistoric Izza. What she does is whenever you have no shield, you have increased armor, and with Blast from the Past, you always have no shield, so you always have increased armor. Just extra bit of survivability. Then we've got Locked and Reloaded from Skull Ranger Ramirez or Skull Trooper Jonesy. What she does is every time you reload, you get extra damage. And then we've got Assault Damage from Rescue Trooper Ramirez or Rescue Trooper Havoc. And what she does is just increases your assault damage across the board. Just no downsides, no nothing. Just across the board extra damage. And yeah, anyway, let's get on to the gameplay. The gameplay you're seeing in the background is a power level 132 mission with a firestorm. But anyway, the special perk on this weapon is stunning or knocking back an enemy with this weapon causes nearby enemies to freeze for a short duration. So what this means is whenever there's an enemy and you stun or knock it back and there's like a horde around it, then all of them will be frozen for a little bit and you'll be able to shoot them down pretty easy, and it makes hordes really easy to take out. And then so that's really good. And then for the big enemies, it's also, like, since it's an assault rifle, it does quick work with them. So this weapon, it's all around pretty good for the little enemies, the hordes, the big enemies, and everything. So yeah, you might be thinking, oh boy, this weapon, it must be pretty good then. Well, no. So, firstly, it's locked to water, which you know already. It's only good in the firestorm or a physical map, so make sure you use it in one of those two. And then also, this weapon, instead of hitting a hit scan, which what a hit scan is you click and the bullet it just goes right to the enemy. What this does is you click and it shoots a thing, and sometimes it can hit the enemy, but if the enemy moves before it hits it, then it won't deal damage. So that's pretty bad. And then like the projectile is not a slow one, it's a pretty fast one, so usually you do hit the enemy, but if you're fighting from a range, then sometimes you won't. So I'd say stick close, because the range is also pretty terrible. So like, if you are fighting enemies at a range and you're just really good at it, even though this is a projectile, then you will sometimes just not hit the enemy, because if it goes like farther than the range, which this weapon has a short range, and if it goes farther than that, then it won't do damage. Like that bullet, even if it's on track to hit the enemy, nope, just disappears, no damage. And that's pretty bad, so you're gonna have to go up close and personal, and that might end in your death. Just, yeah. And then the reload time is pretty nice, not that slow, and then the fire rate is also pretty good. But anyway, let's put this weapon on the scale. Alright, now we're on the scale. And if you don't know what this is, basically I put the Blitzer here, and the garbage, it's okay, or legendary category, depending on how good it is. And it's okay. It's not completely garbage, because it still takes out good work with the hordes and the big enemies with that frozen effect. And it's not that good because it got a projectile, and the range is kind of doo-doo. But yeah, anyway, if you guys enjoyed it or something anyway, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications, because I do these review videos where I review everything in Fortnite Save the World every other day. And also like, comment, and share so that more people can see my videos. Anyway guys, I'll see you next time.